This video will look at what are annotations in Java and what they do. And we'll also quickly look at one example in code. So as we have done in our previous videos, we try to get some clue from ChatGPT and try to apply whatever we learned in our code. Okay, so I just asked what are annotations and what they do, and it came up with this definition, which obviously you can see that annotations are obviously a form of metadata that you add to your code. Uh, it is prefixed with @ symbol. That is the main thing. And they provide additional information about the program. Okay, so they are applied to classes, methods, fields, local variables, and other elements in the code. Okay, so you will see them coming, like at the top here in some variable. When you put @ you will see the list of annotations which are available based on the dependencies you have imported, and so on and so forth. Okay, and few annotations come with your JDK as well. Okay, so you can put it at the top of methods, over classes, as we have mentioned, fields, parameters, etc. Okay. And there are some built-in annotations like override, deprecated, suppress warnings, etc. Okay, we'll not look at all of them, but this video is about giving an idea about annotations. Initially, you may find them little bit confusing, but they are basically doing some specific tasks where they tell where they basically give some signal to that particular method or class that this is what is expected. Okay. Uh, so that is pretty much about the definition. Now, let's look at one example of uh, an annotation in our case. So I'll take the same bike, car, and vehicle example which I took in the last video. What I'll do is, I'll try to do this example with the interface as I was mentioning to you, and I asked you to do it, and I do it as an exercise. Same thing we'll do now. So what I'll do is I'll create an interface uh, and call it vehicle interface, because we already have a vehicle class. And what I'm going to do is do the same thing with the vehicle interface and not the vehicle class. Okay. And so let's quickly change our code everywhere. So bike and car, they implement from the interface. Similarly, car, it implements the vehicle interface. Okay. Since we have all these different variables also, I can do one thing. We can try to extend and implement both at the same time. So let me quickly change this. Let us keep that extension. What I'll do is in bike, I'll just extend from vehicle and implement from vehicle into. Okay. And what I'll do is in vehicle, I'll just remove this function so that there is no question of this function being there in the vehicle class. We'll have this function uh, basically declared only in the interface. Okay, and let's do the same thing in the car as well, but I don't want to clear so many errors right now. Keep it real quick. Vehicle interface. Okay, same thing, and other things remain the same. Okay. Now, I'll use one annotation known as functional interface, because that also gives you an idea of what functional interface is all about. We talked about marker interface in one of our videos. Functional and marker interface is a good interview question. Marker interface are interfaces without any abstract method declared, and functional interface, just to tell you, are interfaces which contain exactly one abstract method. Okay, which a particular class, if it is implementing that interface, needs to define. Okay. So here, as you can see, it gives us an error. Okay, because there is no target method found. There has to be exactly one abstract method. So what we'll do is the method signature new and I, same thing. That's it. Okay, and you will see that this particular error would go away. Now, okay, we have to change in other places. Wherever we have vehicle, we will make it vehicle interface. So in identify vehicle, we will make it vehicle interface. Vehicle interface. That's it. Okay. The actual instance remains the same. Okay. So obviously, the car which is implementing this interface needs to implement that method. Okay. Then only this error will go. This error has gone. Similarly, in the case of bike, it implements the interface, and we anyway remove this from the vehicle class, and it is implementing the method as well. So car and bike both are implementing the method declared in the vehicle interface, and we have the identify vehicle, which uh, we- this error also I'll fix, no problem. In identify vehicle also, everything we have changed from class to interface. And as I mentioned, this particular example should work exactly in the same way with interface as it was working in the case of vehicle being a class. So here, what we are going to do is we will reference this object being of vehicle interface type, and the actual object obviously will be of car or bike type. Okay. And depending on whether it is car or bike, it calls the method of car class or bike class. Okay. So let's see if this particular example is working. Okay. I am a car. Okay. I am a bike. So we have seen this particular polymorphism being working with interface as well. And obviously we wanted to check on the functional interface annotation, which we already saw that, you know, it basically annotations provide some extra information to variable, method, class, variable, wherever they are applied. And in this scenario, since we had put the functional interface, so it gave us an error that you have to, that was where is that target method? Okay, since I didn't have the method, it was giving us an error. So in this way, functional interfaces help you at the time of compile time only. Okay. Otherwise, we would have seen this, got this error at the time of runtime. Okay. And uh, let's say if I try to define, let's see if it gives an error. If I define one more method. So functional interface, as I mentioned, should contain only one abstract method declared. So that is why again it is giving us an error. Okay, so we should remove the second method, and now it works fine. Okay, so hope you understand what annotations are all about. And when we move towards Spring Boot, we'll see a lot more annotations because now with Spring Boot and new Java versions, they are giving more importance to annotations, is what I have noticed. Uh, you know, so that a lot of things can happen on the backend itself. You know, functionality which comes built in with the annotations. Okay. Uh, so hope it was informative. I'll see you in the next one.